Yes, respected friends, welcome you all for this glorious attempt of ours to study our Upanishadic Shastras. It's all by the grace of the Lord, the Gurus, Punyafala, blessings of our parents, elders. It only has brought us up to this point of this opportunity. Now, encashing this opportunity and by being regular and sincere, growing in our spiritual life is totally our job. May we realize it, may we adhere to it, and may thus we help ourselves. Friends, we are into the study of Shwethshwathara Upanishad, fourth chapter, beautiful topic of JEEVA, Bandhana, Moksha described, has to be again and again contemplated till the clear picture comes to us. In today's class, in the mantras 9 and 10 and 11, beautiful topic of the entire Jagat has come from the Paramatma only. And into that Jagat, Paramatma only entered and as if deluded by the Upadhis, playing the play of Jiva, that is you and I. These very sublime, crucial topics are discussed. Then it is his avayava like upadhis or the pancha mahabhutadi that the world has come into manifestation. These very deep knowledges are conveyed. How much attentive we are, subtle we are in listening, trying to understand this determines our spiritual unfoldment. Right, friends, before that, we will do our Upanishad mantra Ucharanam. Before that, Mangalacharana Shloka and the Sankalpa. Before that, we will do our common sense thought. And before all of them, first we will invoke the grace of Parabrahma, Shruti Mata, Samasta Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva, and all devatas through the Veda Parayana. And also Shastra Kripa, Ishvara Kripa, Jagan Mata Kripa. So that when they bless, we study Shastra, understand them, and strengthen all our beautiful Vyaktitvas of Lokasevaka, Dharmasthavaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mokshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, Samskrita Bhasha Jnata Vyakarna Sahita. Then Guru Upasakaha, Daiva Upasakaha, Mananakarta, Nididhyasanakarta, Anubhavi Nishtita. These are the Vyaktitvas we have to strengthen in us. So let us start. Rigveda, we are doing Ashtama Mandala. We have to chant today from 15th Anuvaka. 15, 16, 17. We'll do these three. Om Atha Parayanam Rigvedaha Ashtama Mandalam Panchadashonuvaakah Om Tam Vabhipragayata Puruhotam Purushtutam Indrangirvista Vishamavivasat Yasya Dvibarhaso Bruhatsaho Dadhararodasi Girirajragam Apah Swarvrushatvana Sarajasi Puruštutagam Eko Vrutrani Jignase Indrajaitra Shravasya Chayantave Tante Madangrunimasi Vrushanam Prutsusa Sahim उलोककृत्नुमद्रिवो हरिश्रियं येन ज्योतिंष्याय मनवे च विवेदितः मन्दानो अस्य बर्हिषो विराजसि तदद्याचित्त उक्तिनोऽनुष्टुवन्ति पूर्वथा वृषपत्नीरपोजया दिवे दिवे तवत्यदिन्द्रियं बृहत्तव शुष्ममुत क्रतुं वज्रं शिशाति दिशणावरेण्यं तव द्यौरिन्द्रपौंस्यं पृथिवी वर्धते श्रवः त्वामापः पर्वतासश्च हिन्विरे त्वां विष्णुर्बृहन् क्षयो मित्रो गृणाति वरुणः त्वां शर्धो मदत्यनुमारुतं त्वं वृषा जनानां मंहिष्ट इन्द्र जग्निषे सत्रा विश्वास्वभत्यानि दधिषे सत्रा त्वं पुरुष्टुतगम् एको वृत्राणि तोष मन्वशस्त्वानाहवन्त ऊतये अस्माकेभिर्नृभिरत्रास्वर्णय अरङ्क्षयाय नो महे विश्वारूपाण्या विशन्न इन्द्रं जैत्राय हर्षया शचीपतिम् 16th one प्रसम्राजं चर्षणीनामिन्द्रं स्तोता सव्यङ्गीर्भिः नरं वृषाहं मंहिष्ठं यस्मिन्नुक्ता निरण्यन्ति विश्वानि च श्रवस्या अपामवो न समुद्रे तं नुष्टुत्या विवासे ज्येष्ठराजं भरे कृत्स्नुं महोवाजिनं सनिभ्यः यस्यानो नागभीरामदा उरवस्तरुत्राः हर्षुमन्तः शूरसातौ तमिद्धनेषु हितेष्वतिवाकाय हवन्ते येषामिन्द्रस्ते जयन्ते तमिच्छौत्नैरार्यन्ति तं कृतेभिश्चर्षणयः एष इन्द्रोपरिवस्कृत इन्द्रो ब्रह्मेन्द्र ऋषिरिन्द्र पुरो पुरुहूतः महान्मही विश्वचीभिः सस्तोम्यः सहव्यसत्य सत्त्वातु विकूर्मिः एकश्चित् सन्न विभूतिः तमर्केभिस्तं सामभिस्तं गायत्रैश्चर्षणयः इन्द्रं वर्धन्ति क्षितयः प्रणेतारं वस्यो अच्छा कर्तारं ज्योतिः समत्सु सा सह्वां संयुधा मित्रान् स नः पप्रिः पारयाति स्वस्ति न वा पुरुहूतः इन्द्रो विश्वा अतिद्विषः सत्वं न इन्द्रवाजेभिर्दशस्या च गातुया च अच्छा च नः सुम्नन्नेषि 70 आयाहि सुषुमाहित इन्द्र सोमं पिबा इमम् एदं बर्हिः सधो मम आत्वा ब्रह्मयुजाहरीवहतामिन्द्रकेशिना उपब्रह्माणिनः शृणो ब्रह्माणस्त्वा वयं युजा सोमपामिन्द्रसूमिनः सुतावन्तो हवामहे आनो याहि सुतावतोऽस्माकं सुष्टुतिरुप पिबासुषि प्रिन्नन्धसः आते सिञ्चामि कुक्ष्योरनुगात्रा विधावतु गृहाय जिह्वया मधो स्वादुष्टे अस्तु संसुदे मधुमान् तन्वे तव सोमः शमस्तु ते हृदे अयमुत्वा विचर्षणे जनीरिवाभि संवृतः प्रसोम इन्द्रसर्पदो तु विग्रीवो वपोदर सुबाहुरन्धसोमदे इन्द्रो वृत्राणि जिघ्नदे इन्द्रप्रेहि पुरस्त्वं विश्वस्येषान ओजसा वृत्राणि वृत्रहञ्जहि दीर्घस्ते अस्त्वं कुशो येन वसु प्रयच्छसि यजमानाय सुन्वते अयन्त इन्द्रसोमो निपूतो अधिबर्हिषे एहिमस्य द्रवा पिब शाचि घोषाचि पूजनायं रणायते सुतः अखण्डल प्रहूयसे आखण्डलप्रहूयसे यस्ते शृङ्गवृषो नपात् प्रणपात् कुण्डपाय्यः न्यस्मिन्दद्र आमनः वास्तोष्पदे ध्रुवा स्थूणां सत्रं सौम्यानां द्रप्सो भेत्ता पुरां शश्वतीनाम् इन्द्रो मुनीनां सखा हृदा कुसुसानुर्यजतो गवेषण एकः सन्नभिभूयसः ऊर्निमश्वं नयत्तुजा पुरो गृभेन्द्रं सोमस्य पीतये 18th इदं हनूनमेषां सुम्नं भिक्षेतमर्त्यः आदित्यानामपूर्व्यं समीमनि अनर्वाणो ह्येषां पन्था आदित्यानाम् अदब्धाः सन्ति पायवः सुगे वृधः तत्सु नः सविता भगो वरुणो मित्रो अर्यमा शर्म यच्छन्तु सप्रथो यदीमहे देवेभिर्देव्यदितेरिष्टभर्मनागहि स्मत्सूरिभिः पुरुप्रिये सुशर्मभिः ते हि पुत्रासो अदितेर्विदुर्द्वेषांसि योतवे अंहोश्चिदुरुचक्रयो नेहसः अदितिर्नो दिवा पशुमदितिर्नक्तमद्वयाः अदितिः पात्वं हसः सदा वृधा उतस्या नो दिवा मतिरदितिर्यूतागमत् सा शन्तातिमयस्करदपस्रिधः उदत्या दैव्या विषजाशन्नः करतो अश्विना यूयातामितोरपो अपस्रिदः शमग्निरग्निभिः करच्चं नस्तपतु सूर्यः शं वातो वा त्वरपा अपस्रिदः अपामी वामपस्रिधमपसेदत दुर्मदिम् आदित्यासो युयोतना नो अंहसः युयोता शरुमस्मदा आदित्यास उतामदिम् रुधग्द्वेष कृणुत विश्ववेदसः तत्सु नः शर्म यच्छतादित्या यन्मुमोचते येन स्वन्तञ्चिदेन स सुदानवः यो नः कश्चिद्रिरिक्षति रक्षस्त्वेन मर्त्यः स्वैहिष एवैरिषीष्टयुर्जनः समित्तमगमश्नवद्दुंशं सम्मर्त्यं रिपुम् यो अस्मत्रा दुर्हणा वागम् उपद्वयुः पाकत्रास्तनदेवा हृत्सु जानीतमर्त्यम् उपद्वयं चाद्वयं च वसवः आशर्म पर्वतानामोतापां वृणीमहे द्यावाक्षामारे अस्मद्रपस्कृतं तेनो भद्रेण शर्मणा युष्माकन्नावा वसवः अतिविश्वानि दुरितापि पर्तनः पिपर्तन तु चेतनाय तत्सुनोद्राघीय आयुर्जीवसे आदित्या सह सुमहसः कृणोतन यज्ञो हीडो भो अन्तरादित्या अस्ति मृडत युष्मे इद्वो अपिश्मसि स जात्ये बृहद्वरूतं मरुतान् देवं त्रातारमश्विना मित्रमीमहे वरुणं स्वस्तये अनेहो मित्रार्यमन्रुवद्वरुण शंस्यं त्रिवरूथं मरुतो यन्तश्चर्दिः ये चिद्धि मृत्युबन्धव आदित्यामनवस्सस्मे स्मसि प्रसून आयुर्जीवसे तिरेधन ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. So 4 we have done today. From 19 we'll do tomorrow. Yes, friends, wonderful it is. In today's common sense thought, very few thoughts precisely. We will just say the headings only, remaining you all know, as this might have been discussed in many times in many of the sessions. What are they are? One, not having goal in life is the immaturity and tamoguna laziness. Not having personal goal in life is the immaturity and tamoguna, and not having spiritual personal goal is again the maturity, and again tamoguna is equal to non-thinking. Not having the clear understanding about the presence and nature of that absolute truth, the reality, is again spiritual immaturity and non-effort, therefore tamoguna. And not having that intense desire exclusively to reach out to the truth is again is the spiritual immaturity. Again, not knowing in the clarity, in all the entire clarity regarding the Bahiranga and Antaranga sadhanas to reach out to that Adbhuta goal reached by all our rishis and munis, suggested by them, guided by them, recommended by them, again is again spiritual immaturity. Therefore, not making plans, not making strategies, and therefore not working in that direction, and thus allowing the life to ooze away or ooze out. Again is the immaturity, spiritual. Again is the outcome of the tamoguna, the bauddhika tamoguna. And thereafter, being in this world, unduly valuing the situations, the things, the beings, is again the immaturity. And thereby allowing that world to enter into our heart is the spiritual immaturity. Having allowed them to enter, continuously getting troubled by them, disturbed by them, is the spiritual immaturity. And the worst of all this is yet not recognizing that these are the reasons because of which I am so frustrated, so miserable. Not recognizing it is again the very low level of immaturity. Therefore, instead of trying to come out of self created bondages, involving in such things by which the nooses or the bondages become more and more tightened is called immaturity. While living life like that and suffering and thinking that I know everything and what I am doing is correct is again the spiritual immaturity, tamoguna. While justifying all of that, having that arrogance is again immaturity. And therefore, never finding in our life someone to whom we unconditionally surrender and get guidance. Not finding that someone is again spiritual immaturity, and thereby total human opportunity is misused and abused for the wrong purposes, for meaningless purposes, is called as again spiritual immaturity, the tamoguna. Choice is ours. Should we want to continue these immaturities and non recognition of the power behind the entire happenings of the cosmos, non acknowledgement of that personality's contribution in our survival, happy survival, security, etc. These two include in our immaturities, and each of them are how deeply rooted in us. Should we want to continue it always? The choice is ours. And should we want to come out of these immaturities and become matured at every level of these necessary understandings, necessary undertakings? Again, it's our choice. By doing all this negative, little we may be troubling the world, but more we trouble ourselves. And by changing our choice, little we may be helping the world later on, but then we become the best help to ourselves. And how much importance and value we give to these thoughts, how much we are concerned, serious about ourselves, our evolution. Therefore, the needful these thoughts for our evolution. How much we have the caring, how much we have the concern, how much we have the awareness. Here comes the day wherein we have to start caring and having concern for our personal adhyatmic pragati. With that as the main goal, while knowing and doing what's to be done for that, a part of it is our performance in the world, and not in a way that performing in the world is so much occupying our day and mind that we are not getting concerned about ourselves. We are not worried about ourselves. We are not valuing ourselves, and we are not valuing our own this opportunity, and we are not valuing our own personal evolution. Mind you, as said in all Shastras, the one who doesn't value and therefore does not perform for his own spiritual evolution with all his outer doings and achievements, he is only suicidal. O Atmahanana Sadrusha. The highest clarity, understanding, maturity is everything else is secondary. Knowing the inner self is primary. There is no matured, clear, complete, correct thought, understanding, knowledge, conviction than this. All will remain, all will stay back. Either they will be done by others or there's nothing lost if they are not done. Whereas our own spiritual evolution, nobody else can do it for us. And if we don't do it, यचेदवेदीत अथ सत्यमस्ति न चेदिह अवेदीत महती विनष्टि ही महान महान विनाश है अगर हम अपने जीवन को अपने भीतर के परमात्मा को जानने के लिए यूज नहीं किया ये महती विनष्टि इट इज सेड. So this is called the thinking. This is understanding. And the conviction in this understanding is called as the maturity. If that comes, will be matured in our performance of life, wherein entire our day, our activities are aimed at these things, not for anything else. So in so many ways, we have to gather more and more information. We have to convert that information into knowledge. We have to beautify the knowledge with conviction. Then we have to garnish that conviction with our commitments. And those commitments have to be so lovingly, seriously, genuinely fulfilled, like you commit to the morning class every day. See the beauty of it. How great you are that every day morning you wake up, come here with all your whatever limitations you have, obligations you have, duties you have. You know, keeping all of them managed, otherwise here and there, and are able to make for it. See that commitment. And accordingly we are blessed by the divine by giving to us to begin with at least the information regarding the reality, the liberation, the sadhana to be done, the bondage and its causes, and how to eliminate them. All these clarities are coming to us because of us that we are committed for these classes. Imagine if the whole day we are committed and we are expressing that commitment with our well planned spiritual activities of all sorts, known fully well through long satsangas of Shastras. Long time when we listen to Shastras from our Gurus, Acharyas, then we get crystal clear picture regarding what are the things to be done. And in commitment in doing all of them, when the whole day is spent, whole week is spent, whole month is spent, how much will be the spiritual growth and how much will be the sense of joy, sense of satisfaction, sense of fulfillment. Anything other than this is dussanga and durvrutti and durnirnaya and dushkarma and dushphala. Start the first two, three things. If I have no goal, I am absolutely immature. A buffalo has no goal. A fellow cannot afford. And if I don't have a personal goal, then I waste my life in catering to the nonsensical, meaningless needs of the worldly people in whatever the relational form they come to us. You have this personal goal of your class. If not, somebody you go and do some nonsense seva where they make use of you and throw you like a tissue paper, as it happens throughout the day in the other times other than this class. Personal goal. And that personal goal cannot be artha and kama. The personal goal has to be the moksha, that is spiritual. When I have my own spiritual personalized goal, clearly, fully accepted, isn't it? Then I am matured in selecting the goal, in what do you say, right thing. And in this world, whether worldly or spiritual, whoever had their own personal goals and loved them and valued them, they only worked towards them and achieved. And they enjoyed first of all. And if the goals were also have something to offer to the world also got benefited. I know the scientists. Some of them made those goals as personal and they discovered them. The discovered principles are blessing the whole world. But he is fulfilled in achieving it. Isn't it? How many people in this way have their own personal goals? Arthakama, some people have. Loka Seva, some people have. They're all goals. They're all working. And if somebody is frustrated, miserable, it's because he is doing wrong things. Wrong things he is doing because he is not doing right things. Right things he is not doing because he has not got his own very covetable, loving personal goal. And if someone has that spiritual personal goal, simple sign and symbol of it is he is not available to the world. Because if a person has spiritual goal, he is also expected to have the clarity that spiritual means are practiced and goal is achieved when one is exclusive, when one is single pointed in that endeavor. Because everything else, even a thought, is also contradictory to this. So he is never available to the world, he is only with himself, within himself, to discover his own inner self. This is a sign of fully matured person who has got personal, spiritual, ultimate goal. He says, let me discover it first, then let me come into the world to play. Else, without discovering the self, I'll be used by this world for its play and thrown. You know, आध्यात्मिक साधक को स्पष्टता हो जाता है with all other background understandings about the world, its position, its reality, unreality, its value, how much to be valued or not. ये सारा जिसको ज्ञान होता है वो बंदा कहीं नहीं फंसेगा. So in this way, 10, 12, 13, 14 thoughts we try to share regarding how we have to be matured for ourselves. And so many other things we try to gather. The how to develop economy maturity. But that's more binding only. And the maturity regarding politics, the geopolitics, the eco-politics, the politico-politics. Very great knowledge it is. But because it is not spiritual, more than helper, it will only bind us only. And when we call as bondage in spirituality, all that the meaning is we are taken away from the liberating reality. That's it. And the informations gathered continuously regarding the world. What information we gathered a year back, outdated. Where is it now? A month back, a week back. है ना? किसी का कोई ऐसा मतलब है क्या आज? In the same way, whatever information worldly we gather today, after a week or 10 days, it has no meaning at all. Not so important than our spirituality, than our own evaluation. Isn't it? The non-spiritual, absolutely materialistic, worldly people called as so-called leaders, when they fight with each other, when they cheat each other, when they try to be over smart than other, are they worthy of our attention? People living at the gross body level and misguiding others also for that, are they worthy of our attention? People who are on the name of entertainment, eating away the time of the human beings, binding them, not allowing them to grow spiritually, are they worthy of our attention? Then we are immature. Isn't it? A spiritual matured person's thinkings are like that. And will mind you, nowhere there any bitterness. He will not take the placards and make slogans. No. He will allow the world to go in its own direction. But he will not join it. He has taken the other track, detouring, U-turn towards himself. And naturally, it needs a lot of listenings, understandings, courage of convictions, darings, confidences, faiths that I can reach, that my Guru and God are there to bless, protect me, and the Shastras are true. I have Shraddha in them that their given guidance, direction is perfect. These are a deep inner feelings which make a person a full-fledged matured sadhak, spiritual. May we all travel towards those maturities, gain all of them, and in our own unassumed, simple, humble way, do our best to reach to the best. है ना? Especially those who are little grown up, above 50, 55, उनको भी दुनिया का जो करना था कर लिया अभी. Mind your business. Mind your own spiritual business. That's the maturity. Think about it. Nothing can be imposed in this universe to any jiva by any of the so-called guidance giving people. They only give ideas, they only give us suggestions. It's we who have to take those ideas, suggestions, give them due matured thinking or thought, and then as per our understandings, convictions. Let's live life and we are answerable later on. Nobody else. Om, Om, Om. सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ यैर्मे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रचयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मभक्तियोगधर्म अविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं स सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठावाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। Friends, we have chanted yesterday 16, 17, 18, 19. Let us chant. ओम एष देवो विश्वकर्मा महात्मा सदा जनानां हृदये सन्निविष्टः हृदा मनीषा मनसा विक्लुप्तः य एतद् विदुः अमृतास्ते भवन्ति यदा तमस्तन्न दिवा न रात्रिः न सन्न चासन् शिव एव केवलः तदक्षरं तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं प्रज्ञा च तस्मात् प्रसृता पुराणे नैनमूर्ध्वं न तिर्यं च न मध्ये परिजग्रभतो न तस्य प्रतिमा अस्ति यस्य नाम महत् यशः। ओम पराञ्जिगानि ओम द्वासुपर्णा सयुजा सखाया समानं वृक्षं परिषस्व जाते तयोरन्यः पिप्पलं स्वादु अत्ति अनश्नन् अन्यो अभिचाकशीति समाने वृक्षे पुरुषो निमग्नः अनीशया शोचति मुह्यमानः जुष्टं यदा पश्यत्यन्यमीशम् अस्य महिमानमिति वीतशोकः रुचो अक्षरे परमेवो व्योमन् यस्मिन् देवा अधिविश्वे निषेधुः यस्तं न वेद किं रुचा करिष्यति यैतद्विदुस्ते इमे समासते. Up to this 8th mantra thoroughly studied. 9th mantra. What is the topic? माया उपाधिक ईश्वर ही सबका सृष्टा है. Okay. Whenever such word srishta hai is used, creator, so you can think creator, projector, imaginator, and appearer. He is the only one who is appearing in that way. This is the main final thought. Now, Sambandha Bhashyam for this Navama mantra was so beautiful. We have seen it. Bhagavan says, Idanim now Tasya eva Ishwarasya. Of that Ishvara alone. Who is Ishvara now? Maya Upadhi Yukta. To that Maya Upadhi Yukta Ishvara only, or of that Maya Upadhi Yukta Ishvara only, Jagat Srashtutvam. So, Ishwarasya, be attentive. Of that Ishvara, the Lord, the Supreme Self, the reality, the Brahman Atman, Maya Upadhikam Jagat Srashtutvam. With the Maya as the Upadhi, for him the Jagat Srashtutva, for him the being of being, creator of this world. ईश्वर का माया के उपाधि के कारण जगत सृष्टुत्व है, because of Maya Upadhi. Okay. Not only that, the nimittatvancha, he is also the nimitta karana. Srashtutva is upadana karana. So both of them, upadanatva, nimittatva, भेदेन दर्शयति. Separate करके हमको बता रहे समझने के. So what is the beautiful Vedantic thought in this context? The relation between the Parabrahma Paramatma and the Jagat is, Paramatma is abhinna nimitta upadana karana of this Jagat. While being that abhinna nimitta upadana karana of Jagat, this Parabrahma Paramatma is remaining as he is without even an iota of modification in him, vikara rahit. And that's why the another meaning, another word used is what? Vivarta karana. Vivarta karana of this Jagat means remaining himself as he is intact. Okay, not even be bit also changed. Yet appearing as this world is this Paramatma's Vivarta Karanatva. Is a Vivarta Karana. Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. And this is to be intellectually deeply analyzed and understood. And remember in Vedanta, when we are carried away by the names and forms, we are never Vedantins. Only when anything seen, we inquire about its Karana, then we are Vedantins. And in the search of Karana of anything, finally, a pure true Vedantin reaches to the Brahma Tattva. And to the surprise, having reached that Brahma Tattva, it will be found to be without Janmadi Vikara, without any modification in it. Then when it has no modification, then how it can become cause? When it is not the cause, how can there be an effect? Then he is therefore cause and effectless pure self. Karya Karana Vilakshana Brahma. Then where is the whole Jagat? It's only in its absence. As long as the truth, the reality is not apprehended, In that non-apprehension, the ignorance, there is the chance for the projection of this entire Jagat. Otherwise, it's there in its own absence. Like, where is the snake on the rope? In the rope, though, there is no snake because the rope was not got transformed into snake. If it is so, when the right means like that of torch, etc., are used, we should see snake only and not the rope. If we could apprehend the rope, that means rope alone was there. Then where is the snake in its own absence? So too, when we deeply contemplate and inquire, then absolute reality is realized. If it is realized, means it is intact. If it is intact, that means what? It has not become the world. It has not got changed into the world. That alone is there. Was there, is there, will be there. The huge drama of this world and all, is like that Indrajala making such a huge drama of making the stage, getting all these things, inviting the people, playing that Indrajala for half an hour, 1 hour, and showing all of them, all the impossibles. And what is the outcome toward the end? Nothing but entertainment. And all that was shown is nothing but only projection. These are the deep understandings Vedantin slowly, silently, secretly will have to have in himself. Then comes living up to that knowledge. The outcome of which is the ignorance, ignorance created delusions, delusions projected world, and the mistaken reality given to the world, and then involvement in the world, all of them will be wiped away from the root. Then there is no more samsara. This is how Vedanta guides us. So idanim tasyeva aksharasya maya upadikam jagat srashrutvam tan nimittatvam cha bhedena darshayati. So avinna nimitta upadana karana of this jagat is Paramatma. Therefore, Paramatma alone is there in and through the jagat. And this we have to realize, not with the indriya upadhi. With indriyas, those respective things only, though they are projected, we see them. Not even with mana also. Mana is always slave of indriyas. It's only with buddhi, subuddhi. As we saw in our common sense thought yesterday. Subuddhi, sukshma buddhi, tikshna buddhi. Like in Kathopanishad, एषः सर्वेषु भूतेषु गूढः आत्मा न प्रकाशते दृश्यते तु अग्र्यया बुद्ध्या सूक्ष्मया बुद्ध्या सूक्ष्मदर्शिने. Our jobs are only these two, making our antakarana agra and sukshma one job. Two, with that ekagra and sukshma antakarana, we try to realize the reality, realize the substrate, realize that Sachidananda Brahman as our own Atma. Right? Now let's chant the mantra 2 times. Mantra number 9. छन्दांसि यज्ञाः क्रतवो व्रतानि भूतं भव्यं यच्च वेदा वदन्ति अस्मान्मायि सृजते विश्वमेतत् तस्मिंश्चान्यो मायया सन्निरुद्धः छन्दांसि यज्ञाः क्रतवो व्रतानि भूतं भव्यं यच्च वेदा वदन्ति अस्मान्मायि सृजते विश्वमेतत् तस्मिंश्चान्यो मायया सन्निरुद्धः. First word to word meaning, literal meaning, then with Bhashya, complete understanding. Vedic language is little mystical, vocabulary also you have to have about it, and lot of fill up the blanks are there. Sometimes the sentences are half said. कभी कभी तो दो तत्वमसि. See that audacity of the Guru. तत्वमसि. अरे तुम तो इधर हो. मतलब जब गुरु tells to शिष्य तत्वमसि, The Ashcharya in disciple is Tvam when Guru is referring to me, I am here. And when he is saying Tattva, it is always about something Paroksha. I, the Pratyaksha here, who is standing in front of Guru as second person, and Tat, which is Paroksha, which is always referred as third person. How can these two be asi the same? बस हम तो ऐसे ही कहेंगे. 9 times he tells the Guru, Father, Uddalaka to his son, Shwetaketu, the disciple. See the mysticism in that sentence. वो कहेगा तत्वमसि, अरे वो उधर है, ये मैं हूं, मैं वो कैसे हो सकता? But that's what the gurus, the acharyas, who also have realized that, they further explain in detail who is Tat, who is Tvam, etc. Here also, the mantras have to be patiently understood. First, ki chandamsi means Vedas. Yajnaha, Kratavaha and Vratani. The Vedokta Yajnas, Vedokta Kratus, Vedokta Vratani. Okay. Bhutam Bhavyam Yacha. Bhutam the past. Bhavyam the future. Yatcha present. Vedaha Vadant. About all these things, Vedas talk. Then Mahi, the Ishvara with Maya Shakti, all these things, the Vedas, and in the Vedas, whatever is said, all of them, this Mahi, the Ishvara, Asmat Surjati. From this pure Akshara Parabrahma, only he does the creation. Asmat Surjate Vishram Etat. Etat Vishram Mai Asmat Paramatmana Srujate. Paramatma with his Maya Shakti, from that Brahman only he creates the entire Jagat. So in Vedanta, these are the crucial things. Jagat, Jagat's Upadana Karana and Nimitta Karana, because every Karya is expected to have the Karana, and in that is the Parabrahma Tattva, but Parabrahma being Avikari, then how he has become so? It's because of his Maya Shakti. And while doing it with this Maya Shakti, he alone is called as Ishvara. So, Ishvara and Maya, the Parabrahma, the Jagat, each of them exclusively, mutually. If we are able to comprehend, then we are understanding Vedanta, which takes time. I know. Like a chair is created out of a wood, ये चीजें आराम से हो जाती. But Brahman remaining intact, appearing in this world, is something not easily graspable or catchable. And the subtler thoughts are what? Ki this Jagat is mithya. And what sort of mithya this Jagat is? No, though we give 1,000 times the examples, the Jagat is mithya, like the serpent on the rope, etc. But on the deeper analysis, Jagat is not mithya in that sense. That really we can't do anything with the snake. When we go deeper in the analysis, the nirdaya about the mithyatva will little become subtler. Like if the snake is mithya on the rope, snake will not bind us, snake will not bite us, and you cannot play some music and make the snake dance. सिर्फ देखने के लिए है वो. In that sense, the Jagat is not mithya on Brahman. What's the difference? You cannot interact with the snake at all, but you can interact in the Jagat. Actually, neither dukkha the snake gives, actually, nor sukha it gives in the mind. But the Jagat is giving dukkha also, sukha also. And the same Jagat is useful for sadhana also. And yet, it is not finally real. Therefore, as regard the mithyatva of the Jagat is different definition than the mithyatva of this sarpa. You can't do anything with the silver on the shell. That mithya definition is different. But the Jagat is not that way mithya. Why? Because it's coming into our experience. We are experiencing by उसको भी जवाब देना है ना, isn't it? Therefore, here the mithyatva is it is utilized and yet not ultimately real. That one is non-utilizable and ultimately unreal. Non-utilizable. You can't do anything with the snake there. But the Jagat, you can do. Otherwise, what is the meaning of all these Shastras? What are the teachings that are given? What's the meaning? What is the meaning of all the Purushartha? Ye karo, wo karo. And not only thing, not only the Shastra is saying. Like, if somebody says, उस snake को उधर फेंको, या इस snake को मार डालो, 1,000 people tell, 10,000 people try, they can't do anything. Because you can't do anything with the snake. But that's not the case with the Jagat, no? The Gurus are there, they are telling, ye karo, wo karo. The Shishyas are there, they are doing it also. And the surprise of all it is, they are getting the result also. And yet it is mithya from the absolute standpoint. So मिथ्यात्व का डेफिनेशन थोड़ा फर्क होता है. सो छंदांसि यज्ञाः क्रतवः व्रतानि भूतं भव्यं यच्च वेदा विदन्ति. Vedas are authority for us to talk about all these things. Okay, and these Vedas and these things talked about by the Vedas, all of them are asmat, from this Parabrahman, Mahi, the Ishvara, Sujate. Not only about things, Etad Vishwa, the entire Stula Jagat, Sukshma Jagat. Etad Vishwam Asmat Paramatmanaha Mahi Sujate. Point 1. Point 2 is very interesting. Tasminscha, in the world created by him, in that only. Tasminscha Maya, again with his own Maya. Anyaha Sanniruddha. Maya Tasmin Samyak Niruddha. With his own Maya Shakti, in that created world, is Sanniruddha. Maya, by Maya, is caught up, is bound. And what is the nature of getting bondage? What is the nature of getting caught up? Means what is the nature of samsara? Only one word, anyaha. That anyatva is samsara. Okay? The final samsara is anyatva. And the first samsara which caused the anyatva is ignorance. So it starts with avidya and ends it with the sense of otherness. This is called as Maya. Isn't it? The whole world's activities are based only on one aspect of sense of otherness. And that's why the entire sense of otherness goes into oblivion or bijavastha. Therefore, there is no interaction at all of the world in Nidra. In Nidra, there are no interactions like Jagrat Sapna. And therefore, there are no samsara. There is no samsara in Nidra. Like that is there in Jagrat Sapna. Why? There is nothing, the otherness. And that's why in Mandukya Upanishad, while talking about the Sushupti Avastha, you know, Sushupta Sthana Ekibhuta was the word. Prajnana Gana Eva Anandamayohi Anandavuk Cheto Mukha Prajna Trutiya Pada. Esha Sarveshwara Esha Sarvagnaha Esha Sarvantaryami Esha Yonihi Sarvasya Prabhavapya Bhutana. If this one thing is caught, you know, we are doing enormous help to ourselves as regarding the spiritual understanding is concerned. What is it? The effect of Maya is equal to sense of otherness. The cause of entire struggle in samsara is sense of otherness. And I talk to you because you are different from me, I am different from you. Sense of otherness. Then I relate to you. Then I love you, or I like you, or I dislike you, or I am hating you, or I am angry with you, or I am jealous of you. Why? Because you and I are different. Anyaha. So therefore, what is one definition of Jiva Bhava? Anyatva Bhavana. And, obviously the Anyata means with everything. Anya other than the Brahman, Anya other than the Ishvara, Anya other than the Jagat, Anya other than the other Jivas in the Jagat. Therefore, I have relation with everyone of them. With Brahman, I feel Anyatha, therefore he becomes the goal to me. Actually, when you reach the Brahman, the goal, actually what's discovered is, I am never away from him. With Ishvara, we are Anya, therefore he becomes Upasak, it's Upasya and I am the Upasaka, that Krupanatva as we have seen in Mandukya Upanishad. Upasanaśrito dharma jate brahmani vartate pragutpatte rajam sarvam tenaso Krupanasmruta. With the Jagat Anyata, therefore the Kamana Ityad. The other beings are Anya than me, therefore there is Raga to someone, there is Dvesha to someone. All of that is because of the Anyata only. And what is the ultimate Vedantic thought? There are no two things. What is there is Brahman only. Then what's all this is in play, not really happening. Say to digest it. How much of subtle intellect we need, how much daring and courage we need, and how much detachment we have to have from the world. Dekho, with the world, if you don't have detachment, we cannot understand mithya of the world. Like the child, if he cannot detach from the cell phone or TV, he cannot listen to the parents that these are harmful things, he should not involve. He cannot understand them. उनको पहले उसको रखना है, डिटैच होना है, then listen to parents, then they tell how your time is consumed, how your mind is disturbed, and how your all those scenes which you see in TV or cell phone enter into your mind and then take away your energy, that you are not able to focus. Not only for the child, for you and I, if we are not able to single pointedly meditate and reach to the samadhi sthiti, nirvikalpa, savikalpa, in a moment's notice. The only reason is we are lost in so many things in our mind. And unless I give them up and come to class and listen carefully, I'll not understand where I am doing wrong. So therefore detach from the world, listen to Guru, really contemplate and see. The world's mithyatva, it's not real, is never other than Brahman, and that Brahman is never other than me. Therefore the world is never other than me. There was nothing in this world for me to be gained, nor anything for me to be given up. And the entire samsara is to give, to gain something, obviously which I like or desire, and to give up something, obviously which I don't like or hate. The jnani will not have any samsara because he doesn't work to gain something, he doesn't work to give up something. Because there is no sense of otherness. He says, what to gain, everything is me. He says, how to give up anything because it is me, because I can't give up myself. He has gone beyond that ignorance born sense of otherness by recognizing the one substrate. Asmat Mahi Srujate Vishwametat. Very powerful mantras, each of them. If you are attentive to grasp the words, the sentences, the in-between sentences, and get guidance from Bhagavan Shri Adi Shankara. So Chandamsi Yajnaha Kratavaha Vratani Bhutam Bhavyam Yacha Vedaha Vadanti. Etad Vishwam Mai Sujate Asmat Sujate. First point. Second, Tasminscha, in that world created by him only, Maya Sanniruddha. With his Maya, he gets caught up bound. And what is the way he gets bound? Because of Maya, he is Anyaha. Tasminscha Anyaha Maya Sanniruddha. As long as this Anyatva is there, Dvaita is there, sense of otherness is there, we just like and dislike and get destroyed and destroy others. When the sense of otherness is replaced by sense of oneness, there is no like or dislike, there is only pure love. And the love never binds. Because love knows only giving, not taking. Likes and dislikes know only taking. And that's how the Jnani is. How come they are able to serve all beings irrespective whether Pashu or Pakshi or Vanaspati or Manusya? All of them are me. There is no sense of otherness. Therefore, Atma upamyena sarvatra samam pashyati. Sukham va yadi va dukkham. And other sukha is my sukha. Therefore, I try to make them sukhi. Others dukkha is my dukkha. Therefore, I try to remove their dukkha. Because for me, there is no other. Like the mother to the child. For us, it's a practical experience that the child is me. In me, he was born, that poor child. He is conceived and I gave birth. Therefore, no sense of otherness to her. That's why she's ready to give everything to the child. Up to certain age. Example is limited. Till that buffalo grows to the age of 10th and 12th years and starts maintaining the separation or difference. Seeing him, the mother also responds accordingly. Then all that love which she had cannot continue. Then she starts scolding, beating, and he also becomes angry. Sense of otherness आ जाता है because of the ego. So too, one boy and girl come together up first few seconds of marriage. We are one only. Few seconds. After marriage, when they sit for meals first time, there only she or he does some gadbad, difference starts from there. तुमने मेरे प्लेट से क्यों लिया या तुमने मेरे को झूठा क्यों दिया अब शुरू तो interesting. Ah, wonderful mantra it is. We have seen the meaning of it. With Bhashya, we have to study. I'll just read the Bhashya for you to study tomorrow. Chandamsi iti. Chandamsi rugyajusamatrvangira sakyaha vedaha. Deva yajnadaya upasambandha rahita vihita kriyaha cha yajnaha. Jyotishtomadaya kratavaha. Vratani chandrayanadini. Bhutam अतीतम भव्यम भविष्यतु यद इति तयोः मध्यवर्ति वर्तमानं सूचयति च शब्दः समुच्चयार्थः. सो यज्ञादि साध्ये कर्मणि प्रपंचे भूतादौ च वेदा एव मानम् इति एतत्. यत् शब्दः सर्वत्र संबध्यते. अस्मात् प्रकृतात् अक्षरात् ब्रह्मणः पूर्वोक्तं सर्वम् उत्पद्यते इति संबन्धः. Then avikari brahmanah katam prapancha upadanatvam iti ata aha mayi iti kutasthasyaphi swashakti vashat sarvasrashtrutvam upannam iti etatu vishwam purvokta prapancham sujate utpadayati स्वमायया कल्पिते तस्मिन् भूतादि प्रपंचे मायया एव अन्यः इव सन्निरुद्धः संबद्धः अविद्यावशकः भूत्वा संसार समुद्रे भ्रमति इति अर्थः. See the clarity of every word's explanation, sentence explanation. what Shruti Mata wants to convey. How beautifully भगवान शंकरा explains. विदाउट भाष्य तो हम भटकते जाएंगे. एक्चुअली पढ़ना ही नहीं चाहिए, पढ़ेंगे ही नहीं. The Gitas and Upanishads. So each of these sentence tomorrow we try to digest. Friends, then come the Mayam to Prakriti Vidyatvala bhi, जो well quoted श्लोक. Then yo yonim adidishtati, yo devanam prabhavaschodbhavascha. Each of these are trying to repeatedly tell us, make us understand, reminding us that it's Paramatma only. Everything go on him because of various reasons. The world is projected and maintained because of various reasons. And each of the reasons when we conquer, the projections are rejected. Then what realize will be the one truth. One truth. है ना? ये जो उलझन होता है ना सांसारिक अज्ञान का, आराम से नहीं सुलझता हो. Like a rope or electrical wire. उलझ गया मानो, सुलझना इजी है उसको. क्योंकि वेरी थिक वन, बिग वन, रोप को ऐसा निकाल दो, वो गांठ खुल जाता है. इवन इलेक्ट्रिकल वायर. बट जो धागा है ना, सीइंग मशीन थ्रेड और काइट फ्लाइंग वाला थ्रेड, और उसमें भी उसका जो भांजा होता है ना, दैट वन, इफ इट गेट्स उलझ जाता है ना, उसको सुलझना मुश्किल होता है. यू ओनली जस्ट थ्रो इट, ओनली कट एंड थ्रो, बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स so many waves of woven inside. Complicated होता है. In the same way, with so many wrong understandings, half understandings, misunderstandings, contrary understandings, our mind and intellect are उलझे हुए हैं. फिर पेशेंटली एक एक उलझन को सुलझाना पड़ता है. एक गाना है ना, एक पालनहारी निर्गुण और न्यारी, है ना, उलझन सुलझाओ तेरे बिना कौन यहाँ. कितना बढ़िया. whoever has written is wonderful. मेरी उलझन सुलझाओ भगवन तेरे बिना कौन यहाँ. He will guide us through Guru. हमको बैठ कर in meditation, what, or on the seat of contemplation meditation, what the Vedanti does is सुलझing each of these उलझन. That state we have to reach. Now, out of the topic discussion. Right now, we are not even finding the interest and desire even to come to the class. We are not even having the interest and desire to sit for contemplation and meditation. We are so much struggling in bringing our mind into our own control. Struggle means जब try करते हैं तो try ही नहीं कर रहे अपन. That much careless we are regarding our spirituality. That's why our today's common sense thought is not having personal spiritual goal is the highest immaturity. If you have the goal, find time to sit, contemplate, then sort out each of these guthi sulajana hai. So many we have. That's why it takes time. So tomorrow, beautiful this Bhashyam we study. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमशिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Come, let us study Gita for some time.